What's going on, everyone? Happy Thursday. Hopefully everyone is doing well and having a great day so far. Welcome to a quick Thursday edition of the Weather Update for Thursday, December 12th, 2024. If you're new to my channel, welcome to my channel. This is where I do weather updates on all things weather in the United States and sometimes other parts of the world. So if you're new, subscribe down below, give this video a thumbs up, leave comments down below. The more interactions we get, the more YouTube's going to push this throughout the algorithm. Share this with anyone you know, and of course hit that notification bell. Alright, as I said, we're just doing a quick version of the weather update today, probably under 10 minutes, because we do need to talk about the West Coast. There's a significant storm system coming for you. But first, this. If you're in the East, you may have noticed it. Things feel a heck of a lot different outside from this time yesterday. Temperatures have dropped significantly, and this was posted this morning from the Weather Prediction Center, but they put what a difference a day and a cold front makes. Temperatures across the upper Midwest, Great Lakes, and eastern seaboard are much colder than they were 24 hours ago, by as much as 10 to 30 degrees, and you can see that on this map. But you also see a little bit warmer today across portions of the Mid-South and the Southwest, but yes, it is cold. It's been windy here in the East. It has not been a pleasant day. And those winds have once again, take a look at this from CIRA. This was posted on X as well. Yes, more lake effect snow bands have been occurring off the lakes. Ontario, Erie, Michigan, Superior, all the lakes have been, Lake Huron, they have all been producing lake effect snow bands, and some places are really getting dumped on, where 12 plus inches of snow is expected in portions of New York, northwest Pennsylvania, maybe even several inches in northeast Ohio as well. Moving on now, taking a look at what's going on with power outages. Maine still has 13,032 people without power, but this map is looking much better than it did yesterday. Taking a look at the national satellite picture, we can see here as the sun is setting at 6:45 in the evening, we can see that things are much quieter today in the East. We do note that in the Midwest, take a look at this, heading into the Ohio Valley, there is a weak disturbance. We'll call it a clipper system. That's what it is. It's not going to make it all the way to the East Coast, but there is some light snows occurring with this, and you'll see on the National Hazards map that there are winter weather advisories up for this system. An inch or two of snow cannot be ruled out. Taking a look here at what's going on the West Coast, we do see things are starting to get active once again. Yes, there's going to be a big storm system that moves into the northwest. Not going to provide a lot of rain for Southern California, but it is going to do one thing that will be helpful for the wildfire situation. Raise the humidity levels. If the humidity levels go up, the wildfire potential will drop, but that ongoing fire just outside Los Angeles is still a problem at this time. Taking a look, we do see there is some rain from about San Francisco on northward, maybe some mountain snows ongoing. Nevada, Portland, Oregon, Seattle, you'll get in on this soon as well, and this is just really the start. It's going to continue tomorrow and straight in through to the weekend. I will show you that on the models. Here's Ohio, Indiana, Illinois. We do see there is a strip of light to maybe even some near steady snowfall rates with this little clipper system. The mountains are going to eat it away. It will not make it to the coast. No modeling shows any of this making it to the coast. Maybe some clouds will move in overnight tonight and tomorrow. That's about it for Philadelphia and Washington. National Hazards map. Still seeing lake effect snow warnings coming off of Lake Erie and Lake Ontario. And then you can see there are some winter storm warnings still across portions of Michigan. Then there is take a look at this. There is a winter weather advisory across portions of Iowa and portions of Nebraska and South Dakota. Let's click on Iowa and let's read off what they're going with in the winter weather advisory. Wind from 4 p.m. Friday to 9 a.m. Saturday. Another wintry event is going to be coming through, and this is the winter weather advisories I was talking about earlier. I got myself mixed up, but there is going to be some light mixing with the system, which you will see in just a moment when we get to the Weather Prediction Center. And here we are. You can see first off, there's that weak clipper system that's coming through the Ohio. Again, a coating to 2 inches cannot be ruled out in some places. And you can see here, snows in the mountains out west. It already has started. Rains closer to the coast. And you can see as I advance this, as we go into the weekend, yes, it's going to be an all-weekend thing. Here's Friday afternoon. Now you're starting to see some ice showing up here on this map for portions of Nebraska, Iowa, even northern Kansas, and eventually portions of South Dakota. And you can see here, Minnesota, you get in on this as we head into tomorrow night. And Saturday, that the system grows a little bit, but it's generally light, maybe some steady precipitation, but generally not a major event, but it's enough that it could cause problems. And you can see Wisconsin gets in on it as well. And by the time we're at Saturday morning, it's just a full-blown storm system ongoing on the West Coast. Mountain snows will be very heavy, multiple feet of snows in the mountains, and several inches of rain in the lower elevations will be found. This continues on Sunday as well. This weak system that goes across the Midwest and even portions of the Tennessee Valley will push into the east as we get into the northeast as we get into the second half of Sunday. It's not going to be a lot of precipitation with this. And take a look at this. Up in Idaho, Montana, Wyoming, heavy snows for you on Sunday. And then on Monday, the Weather Prediction Center says there will be another storm system that moves into the West Coast. And look at this. Another system does quickly form across the Great Lakes and Midwest. And that one will quickly move into the Northeast as we head into Tuesday. And at that point, the cold air in the Northeast is gone. These are all warm systems. Maybe that Sunday one. Let's go back to Sunday for just a second. Maybe that Sunday one has a ever so slight light mixing up in the portions of New Hampshire, Vermont, and Maine, but really I'm not concerned about the wintry aspect with that whatsoever. And once we get past this weekend, we're not terribly concerned about wintry aspect of anything until the following weekend. Then things get questionable as to what's going to happen. Taking a look at precipitation, very heavy precipitation is expected on the West Coast. Let's refresh that, and we can see here, Northern California, general 3 to 6 inches of rainfall, mountain snows, and as you head into Oregon and Washington, 2 to 4 inches of rainfall for you. Across Arkansas, Oklahoma, Northeast Texas, we are looking at a decent amount of rainfall over the next 7 days. You could see anywhere from 1 to 3 inches. You do see locally 3-inch plus areas. And in the Northeast, we are seeing at this time some enhanced precipitation from about Baltimore area on up to about Boston. That's over a series of multiple systems that will occur over the next 7 days. Alrighty, we need to do a drum roll, please, because it is Thursday, and it is time for the drought update. And we can see, yes, still severe drought conditions across, and moderate drought conditions across much of the Northeast. It is going to take heavier rainfall to really bust that drought. This is as of December 10th, the data. We see a lot of portions of the United States are still dealing with drought issues. It's going to take a long time to get these drought issues to come down. Let's take a look at the NAM now, and we'll just go through the full run of the NAM. You can see there's the lake effect snows coming off the Great Lakes. That will taper through the second half of tomorrow, and precipitation will increase in intensity in the Pacific Northwest, and that is really going to just continue all weekend long. Now, I want to pause this tomorrow evening. Say you have plans. You're in northwest Iowa. You're in eastern Nebraska. You're in portions of South Dakota. Be careful. It is going to be icy and slippery through there if you're traveling through that area. As we head into Saturday morning, very heavy rainfall, Northern California. Iowa, you're still dealing with an icy mess. There could be some sleet, snow, freezing rain, and that does continue into the afternoon before this system pushes east. Wisconsin, Saturday afternoon. If you're holiday shopping, yeah, it could impact you as well. Same with Minnesota. Some light snow for you, and eventually that system will continue to move east. Michigan, you might see some icy mix, but after that, for the most part, it's going to be a warm event as this heads into the northeast. And you can see here, there's a little bit of mixing precipitation showing up on the NAM. I'm not terribly concerned about it at this time. All right, let's take a look at the GFS, and you can see the West Coast. It's pretty much a washout of a weekend for you, and the mountain snows are going to be heavy. Travel, I wouldn't do it if you have to go over the mountains. It's going to be really treacherous, and by the time we get into Monday, take a look at that. Another system moves in, and you can see there's that second system that the Weather Prediction Center showed in the central region of the U.S. That will push into the northeast. Again, maybe a quarter to 3/10 of an inch of rainfall for most places. Could somewhere get a half an inch of rain? That would be pushing it, but Not a lot of moisture with that. Now, by the time we head to Wednesday, yet another system gets going. This one has more meat to it. And look what happens. There is even some snows on the backside, and it tries to develop a coastal low. Could that happen? It is possible, and if it does, there would be some backside snows for New England, maybe western Pennsylvania, behind that front once it moves through. Things get very interesting. First off, you do see a very strong area of cold air moves in. The question is, will there be a disturbance that goes along with that? The 12Z GFS did have a disturbance. You can see here. Look at this. Yes, it tried to develop an area of low pressure, tried to develop a coastal storm over the Carolinas heading into the following weekend. 18Z GFS, not so much. And take a look at this. I'm not going to show any more of what the GFS shows because it was pretty absurd. It was pretty wild what the GFS was showing. It was suggesting, yeah, there would be a white Christmas for many places along the East Coast. Let's switch over to Euro now. Euro is showing that there could be a system with that cold air as well. First off, we can see here the storminess is it's guaranteed. It's going to be stormy in the Pacific Northwest this weekend. Here comes that system that comes Sunday night. The European was a little bit colder. It does show a little bit of a mixing across portions of northeast Pennsylvania. There comes the next system on Tuesday. And here comes the Wednesday system on the European, which is a little bit different than the GFS. It's more north, but watch what happens. Some energy kind of lags behind over Texas. Another piece of energy coming down over the Great Lakes. You know what happens. The two kind of come together and, well, they don't really fully phase, but there is some snow here. Washington, Baltimore, Philadelphia, portions of New England as we head into the fall weekend. Yeah, the Europeans trying to say, hey, there could be some sort of a system here. Now, this is very disorganized. You can see there's a piece of energy in the south, another in the north, but overall, the signal is there as we head into the weekend before Christmas for a potential coastal storm in the eastern states. It's something we're going to have to keep our eyes on. Should it happen, coupled with the cold air, well, there may be a white Christmas in some areas. And only time will tell what's going to happen with this. And let's take a look at the GEFS, shall we? Let's see how many members of the GEFS actually had a coastal system. And we can see here, not too many are actually showing us, but there are a few members that are suggesting, hey, there could be something, and the mean even has an area of low pressure showing up over portions of, we'll call it coastal Maine. Let's take a look at the European ensemble, the EPS, and yes, there were a few members that showed a coastal system. So, as of right now, it's not a guarantee. It's just a signal that we have to watch down the line. Alrighty, folks, that does it for the Thursday weather update. We'll have another update, I believe, either tomorrow or Saturday. If you enjoyed this update, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe down below. Hit that notification bell. Share this video with anyone you know. Leave your comments down below. If you're in the Pacific Northwest, brace yourselves. A big stormy weekend is coming, followed by another storm system on Monday. If you're in the mountains out there, get ready. You'll probably need chains if you're in those higher elevations, because snowfall is going to be heavy. And if you're in the Midwest, watch out for that icy mix that is going to be coming at the first part of this weekend. I will see everyone again next time. Until I see you again next time, thanks for watching and have a fantastic Thursday evening.